Hey man, you watching Cold Red with the one and only big homie. My big homie, KD. It's up there and it's stuck there. Boom!
Ricardo or more, drink like a boss.
On a mission, it's young CL. Some strange individuals, iso-vicious, we marching, yeah.
Hey, what up? We in Cold Red where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm your host, the Playmaker, and we outside in OKC with it. And we got a very, very special guest, the super producer, CL McCoy.
How you doing, my guy?
What's happening?
Blessed, bro. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, I'm glad to have you here.
Yes.
I got some very in-depth questions I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get right to it. So, CL, tell the people where you from.
Well, I'm from, I was born in Kansas. Moved around a lot growing up. But Oklahoma City is where I'm from. I actually grew up in Dell City, Oklahoma. 44th and Sunny Lane area to be exact. So people from Oklahoma, that's where I'm from. But Oklahoma's my home. This is what raised me. Good and bad moments, you know what I mean? Just great days, bad days. Just one of them, just living life here. So yeah, Oklahoma City.
No doubt. So let's talk about growing up in OKC for you.
For sure.
What was it like?
I think it's like anybody else with a childhood, you know what I mean? Living in, the communities that you grew up in, you know what I mean? I had a great childhood, a good mom, great pops, brothers and everything like that. Friends, just the whole nine. But, there was times where it was tough, you know what I mean? We had a lot of things that might went in the areas that you grew up. But my focus has always been music. I've always been a musician, so I had people doing this, some people doing that, some in the streets, some doing that, you know what I mean? I always stayed away from that because I knew I had something special with this music industry. And growing up in my era, I had what they call OGs, you know what I mean? So they made sure that leave CL alone, you know what I mean? This is not what he's on, this is not what he's about. He wants to do this music game, right? So I had some real homies that was like, yeah, you focus on that. You know what I mean? Don't focus on what we doing. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, just a cool normal childhood. Some good days and some bad, like anybody else. Just, growing up. So yeah.
So CL, you had some OGs.
I
so
did.
You wasn't raised by IG.
No, I wasn't raised by IG at all. I had some real ones.
You didn't go to
me.
the school of Google.
No.
You actually went to a high school.
I actually went to a high school.
Okay.
I had to get on the females by asking them for their phone number, that way. You know what I mean? Pen and pad. You know what I mean?
So you still know what a house phone is?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, my man.
Yeah.
So you growing up in OKC, the OGs staring you straight and you focusing on music.
Yeah.
How did you know, or when did you know that you had the love for it? At what age?
So growing up, my dad, he's a musician. So he played the keys growing up. Him and my uncle, they had a band back in the day called EMF, which stood for Electric Motor Funk. So, there was a funk band and stuff like that. So me and my brother watched my dad playing all the time growing up, you know what I mean? And seeing them do their thing. So I was interested in that since then. So back in the day, my dad used to make beats and stuff like that. He was a little producer himself. And I wanted to learn how to do that because I was intrigued. Because he used to actually make beats for me. Because I used to ask him, can you make this beat for me? When I was younger, maybe like 10, 11, 12. He got tired of that. He's like, son, you going to just sit down with me? I'm going to show you how to make beats yourself. He had an Ensoniq keyboard, one of the heaviest keyboards you would ever pick up in your life. You know what I mean? We didn't have all the Fruity Loops and stuff at this time, so we just had these big keyboards and stuff like that. And he showed me how to use it. He showed me how to quantize. We actually had a floppy disk, where we saved our sounds and stuff, man. It's crazy. I'm showing my age right now, but that's how my interest sparked. I was like, yeah, this is something that I think I maybe can do one day. So, yeah.
So how was it making a transformation from playing real instruments to like MPC? Is it MPC?
Yeah, it's MPC. You know what's crazy? I never was big on MPCs. I've always been on the keyboards. So
Okay.
I got me Tritons, Phantoms and stuff like that. So I was always big on the keys, playing the keys. I never really was big on the beat machines. You know what I mean? That was never my forte. But yeah, so it's always been mostly keyboards for me in workstations in that nature.
So by you preferring that over what the masses may use, does that make your sound different?
I mean, I think it is a yes and a no in that, because people program, a lot of producers programmed into those MPCs to create their sounds, you know what I mean? Sampling, different things like that. I feel like when I was using my Triton and things like that, you had your sounds in there and you sequence, you know what I mean? Sometimes it just depends how you generate. But I think MPC definitely had a different vibe than the keyboard workstation. You got guys like Swiss Beats who killed the MPC. You got guys like Just Blaze and Kanye's. Those guys were on those MPCs. But then you got guys like Timbaland, and they was on the keyboards. You know what I mean? So it's just I just think it's just how you create your sound. Everybody's different. You know what I mean?
So how would you describe your sound?
My sound. So growing up, me and my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Vicious, man. My cousin Marcus. We always had this thing with Twilight, right? We always said our sound is out of this world. It's out of space. So we got an alienatic vibe. And that was always something that we always carried with us as we got older. So I like to consider my style Twilight, which means that I'm out of this world. It's different. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay. Twilight. Okay,
it's
I
Twilight,
like
that. Yeah. Not the movie Twilight. I'm talking about the, because let them youngest know, the Twilight Zone back in the day when it was there. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. So CL, what would you consider to be your most prideful placement?
Okay, that's a great question. So I grew up loving Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, right? 9, 10 years old, brother playing their music. That's how I got whipped with it, because I was too young listening to Bone. So my mom wouldn't let that in the house. And it was something about their style that just grasped me to them. And I was like, yo, I want to be like this group, Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. So I had the hair, the fast flow, It was just everything about them intrigued me. And I just grew up loving them. Long story short, around 2013, I met a guy named Caine. I met him through one of my good buddies named Chris Jones. I got to shout him out for introducing me to Caine. Caine is affiliated with Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. So when Chris met Caine at a concert, I want to say it was, or something like that, he got his information and sent it to me. And at this time, I had a song with Wale, and I had a song with Bun B. Open verses, I just had the verses. And me and Caine started chopping game, and he was like, I told him about the songs. He's like, hey, if you get me on that Wale record, I could get some, some Bone members on the, on the Bun B record. And I was like, yo, don't talk to me crazy, you know what I mean? And it was kind of like, in the situation kind of happened like that, but next thing you know, I'm getting Crazy Bone verse on the song. I had Lazy Bone on the verse, you know what I mean? So, not only that, me and Caine became good friends, and then he took me on tours with Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. So I'm still friends with Bone to this day. I still go on the road with them to this day when they do have shows and all that stuff. So a little kid memory, dream, actually came true.
So those of you out there that don't believe dreams come true,
they come true.
CL, tell them.
They come true. You know what I mean? I never in a million years. Like I said, that was probably a good 16, 17-year gap of a dream, and just to work with these guys any shape or form, and not only got to work with them and get on the road with them, but become friends with them as well. So yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You've been lucky enough to get in some, I want to say crazy situations, but in a good way.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm using crazy in a good way because it's crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, we talking about Lazy, Crazy, Wush, and Flesh, and then Busy.
Busy, yeah.
And then we talking about Bun B.
Bun B. Legends.
We
All
talk
legends.
about Wale,
Wale. All legends.
but I want to talk about this Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah.
How did you?
Yeah.
How did you get involved with Kevin Durant?
So, and as you naming these guys, Kevin Durant is a big reason why you're able to name some of those names you just said. So, I was working at Guitar Center, and Oklahoma City Thunder just came around 2008, 2009, I want to say. And I was working at Guitar Center, you know what I mean, just hanging up microphone cables, doing my normal JLB in the morning, getting my day started. Then I see the 6'10" guy walk in, 6'11". You know, they always say his height different. They always, you know. But he had an all Texas Longhorn uniform on, walking into the Guitar Center. And he had, speaking of MPC, he had an MPC in his hand. He came up to me, and he put it on the desk and was like, I want to sell this. And I look up. I'm like, yo, you KD. You Kevin Durant. But we got to remember, too, this is a second year of Kevin Durant. That's that. You know what I mean? He played 1 year with Seattle. It wasn't like who the Kevin Durant is today. You know what I mean? But still, at this time, for us having an NBA team, Kevin Durant, so and so, that was still our Michael Jordan at that time. You know what I mean? So it's still amazing. And basically, he just wanted me to help him sell his MPC, and then he was wanting new equipment for his house that he just bought down here. Helped him with the equipment, so forth, so forth. He spent some good money. I knew my commission was gonna look good. I thought it was that. But before he left, I ran to my car and I grabbed him a Beat CD and I gave it to him. Like the movies do. You know, they always say, that never really works in real life. But I did that. On some hustle and flow. Next thing you know, a week later, I'm chilling at one of my best friend's house. Shout out to Ellsworth. Just chilling. Day off, I get a phone call for my job. And I'm off, so I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I ain't gonna answer this phone, man. I ain't feel like going to work, but I'm broke. So I'm like, let me go ahead and answer this phone call, make just a couple extra dollars. Answer the phone, and it's my boss saying, bro, Kevin Durant here is looking for you. And the rest was history.
So you and KD cool like that?
I'll put you like this. Our relationship ain't where it used to be. But, I appreciate everything he's done for me to get me to where I'm at, to where I can say that I'm a Billboard producer, Grammy-nominated producer now, and the people I'm able to work with. As you grow up, everybody start doing their things individually. KD kind of, started doing his own thing. He's an NBA player, superstar. Let's get that straight. Superstar, Hall of Famer, and he led me to the water. I had to drink it. I had to learn how to create my own waves. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've done. So I appreciate everything KD's done. I probably talked to him in a little bit. It's been a while, but it's always love in my book. I'll never look down on him, for sure.
No doubt,
Yeah.
man. It's good to know that if I said, hey, KD, CL said what up?
He'll know me. He'll definitely know the name, for sure.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man. God works mysteriously.
Yeah. I wouldn't even call it luck at this point.
No, like I said, it was crazy because everything kind of connected in God's way, because we're called the Oklahoma City Thunder. The very first team I played for was called the Thunder, right? And this is no BS. The very first team I played for was called the Thunder. He's from Washington, D.C., and my family's from D.C. And this is the last kicker. When I was in 9th grade, I wore the number 35. Number 3 was my favorite number. Number 1 is my favorite number. No reason why I would choose number 35. They just gave it to me. It was Kevin Durant's number.
So you didn't put up a fight, though?
No.
You just accepted it?
I just accepted it. But what's Kevin Durant's number? 35. I can't lie about this. It just lined up like that in life.
It's crazy.
That's how it happened.
And as throughout this interview,
yeah,
you'll hear me say the word crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely mean it in a good way, because it's crazy.
Yes, sir.
It's mind-blowing almost, right?
Yeah.
So, CL, man, what's your favorite memory since you've been in the music game?
My favorite memory, I think Bone was definitely one of them. But I do have another fun one. I got to work on a beat with Timbaland before. And Timbaland's my favorite producer. So I actually got to do create a beat with him, helping me guide me through the way of making a beat. So Bone Thugs' favorite group, Timbaland favorite producer, got to connect with both of them and make that dream come true.
Man, you don't have enough dreams come true to help somebody else make a dream come true.
Hey man, I'm that's the goal. I try. One thing about me, I am a helper. I like to help out my people. But my full focus right now is just definitely my baby girl, though. You know what I mean? My daughter. I want to make sure that she reaps everything that I'm sowing right now. I want to be able to leave something for her. A lot of times at this day and age, where we're young, we don't look at taking care of business today because for our kids and our family, because, you think you get old and all this stuff. You got to look at it right now. So my thing is I want to make sure that my daughter is, if I left today, God willing, another 100 years, but she has something, to have and take care of for the rest of this life. And that's what my goal is every day.
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
So you talk about Grammy-nominated.
Yes.
And the rest of your accolades.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk about that.
Okay. So last year I was on as a blues. It's funny because I've done hip hop, R&B my whole life, right? I get on a project with my guy named Antonio Vergara. Please forgive me for hopefully saying his last name right. He's Mexican artist, blues artist. And he asked me, we met, just passing through, doing some events and different things like that. And he started following each other, and he reached out to me and was like, would you like to be a part of this blues album that I'm producing and putting together? And I was like, of course, you know what I mean? And we got nominated for that blues album last year.
That's crazy.
So my first time doing something outside of my element, we got nominated for. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually working with him again this year. Hopefully we get another nomination this year, but it's just cool to feel like, one thing also, don't stay in the same box. You never, you don't know what can happen for you just to step outside that lane. Who cares what this person think? Who cares what that person think? If you feel good about doing it, wherever's gonna get you and your family taken care of, how you're gonna eat, do it. And that's just real.
Well, at the end of the day, you Grammy-nominated.
Grammy-nominated, man, and it's crazy. I might be 2-time Grammy-nominated after this year.
Man, good luck.
And we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that Grammy one day, baby. It's coming.
Hey, man, I wish you the best on that.
It's coming.
Seriously.
Yes, sir.
So, with all that you've accomplished, right? Do you still feel that you got more work to do?
Oh, it's never done. Never done. I'm definitely not where I want to be. Everything sounds great. You're working with the artists that I work with and some of the things that I've done and said, but at the end of the day, I'm still not in the rooms elbow to elbow with the Chris Browns and the Ushers and the big dogs like that, the Taylor Swifts, you know what I mean? Like, I still have a long road to go where I'm able to, hey, CL, come on in. You know what I mean?
Well, you got a long road to go.
Yeah.
But if it stop right now, do you consider yourself to have made it?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm able to live off my music. I'm able to take care of my baby with my music. I have a beautiful home because of my music. A nice car because of my music. You know what I mean? Able to be in these, might not be able to, be in them big rooms yet, but I'm still able to be in rooms because of this music. So, yes, I do feel like I have made it. I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what's next for CL?
Big things, man. I got some big projects coming out. I got some artists that I'm working with right now. I got a record with that Mexican OT that's called The Answer. Check that out. I got a song with King ISO, who signed with Strange Music, Tech 9. Check that out, called Strange Individuals. I got a new record I'm coming out with the artist Doughboy, who signed with Future. Real dope record called Nothing to Something. A record with Fed the God, who signed with Taylor Gang. About to drop that, called Last Come First. Am I forgetting anything? Those are my main big records right now that I did production with as well and stuff that's coming out. And I got a big project with my brother Chris Cutter, that we're working on right now, a website that we're doing right now that is going to be really, really big for the artists and the producers and the engineers. So
Well, we're
excited
gonna
for that.
keep that on the hush.
Yeah,
until
we're going to keep it on
develop
hush.
it.
I just want to let you know that it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. So
No
you keep on
doubt.
coming to me, you'll see what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Circle back.
It's interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
Let's provide some information. How can they catch up with CL?
All right, so easiest way, of course, is Google. I mean, put CL McCoy in there, you're going to pretty much find all the information you need. You'll see the Instagram, Spotify's, Facebook page, whatever. So just Google CL McCoy, simple as it is, C and a L, McCoy, producer. Put CL McCoy producer, though, because there's like some framing company that has CL McCoy I've been trying to fight, and that pops up as well, and I can't get, but it's a whole nother story. But put CL McCoy producer, you'll get everything, you'll see everything, you see all the links, all the songs, all the music, all the pictures. Follow me, please. I follow back.
No doubt.
Let's get it.
CL, man, listen, the game's been very, very good to you, man.
I've been blessed, bro.
But you've been good to the game, too.
I appreciate that, man. I'm just thank God every day, man, and just remain humble. That's all we can do. You know what I mean?
I want to take the time out to thank you for being on the platform.
Thank you for having
on
me.
Code Red. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm your host, the Playmaker, and right here, CL McCoy, and we out.
Signing out.